center of the universe, and the Thrive15.com world headquarters.
Let's go!
Presenting the world's only business school without the BS, with optometrist and entrepreneur Dr. Robert Zellner, and the former Small Business Administration Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear, Clay Clark. It's the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170. 3, 2, 1, boom!
Boom, boom, boom. Guess who's on in your room? My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, sent here on a mission to teach you how to start and grow a successful company. And so in order to do that, we had to bring on the big guns today. So we brought on my co-host with the mo-ost. It's Dr. Robert Zellner. Sir, how are you?
I am fantastic. I'm freshly back from Guatemala City.
It is always ecstasy when you are next to me.
They do the salsa down there. It's a big salsa.
Did you do any
country.
salsa dancing while you're down there?
No, but I thought about salsa dancing. So is that the same? I mean, you think it, then it's reality, and then you.
Well, today
something.
we are talking about how to turn your dreams into reality.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe if you think about it long enough and make some action steps, maybe your salsa championship dreams could become reality.
The show today. There you go.
Now we brought on a guy on the show today. I am certain that on the show today we have Merton Huff. This guy is the praise and worship. You call yourself the praise and worship director or the praise and worship wizard? What's the official title there at the Metropolitan
Now
Baptist?
that you say that, I like wizard. I mean, I would probably say praise and worship director, but since you say wizard, I'm going with wizard.
I just tell you what you did this past Sunday during service, it touched me, and I'm still riding that emotional. It was awesome. It was a Christmas service, and
yes,
there's some people that come to church on Christmas that that's their annual trip.
Yep.
And there's a guy behind me. He left out. He was walking out, and he goes, That was, he was talking, on the way out, he is still talking about it. It was incredible. And you do that every Sunday.
Yes, sir. Every Sunday, every Wednesday, every Sunday.
What church, where can people find out more about you, my friend?
www.metropolitanbc.org, or you can go to mertonhuffjr.com in just a few days, and we'll have the new site up and running.
I am super excited.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This guy can bring it. He can bring it. Now, Dr. Z, we're talking about how to practically turn your dreams into reality while maintaining life balance. Time out.
Okay. You're not going to shortchange me. I've been in Guatemala. I'm back. I missed a couple of shows.
That is true.
We've got some stories I need to hear about Christmas. You had us set up with your son. I mean, we've got some stuff we got to work through on the show right now. So before you get all big into the thing the thing. So first of all, let's check the list. Aubrey, your son, you told me about this Christmas, I don't know what you call it.
It was a Christmas
scam.
miracle.
It was a Christmas scam to your son. So walk me through that. What happened and how'd that go, by the way?
Well, my son, Aubrey, he's 9, and he's got landscaping dreams.
Okay.
He wants to start a landscaping company called Motown.
I like
Which the name is beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I love Motown, too, so the whole thing works out.
Yeah.
So Aubrey says to me, he says, Dad, I want a 48-inch Husqvarna lawnmower.
A 48-inch Husqvarna.
So then I said, this is what I said.
Just like a riding lawnmower.
Yes. And this is like 4 months ago. And I said, how do you know about this? He goes, I went on YouTube and I've been watching these videos. And he goes, but you'll need to go on Lowe's and you click down on the products. You click here, then you click here and you scroll down here. And that's the one. And he knew.
Okay.
So I said, here's the deal, man. Because he does all the janitorial work at the office with his sister up here. Okay, it's so he's working up here. Is that legal? Yeah.
We're not breaking any child labor laws, by the way. This just did.
So he's working hard. He's saving about $100 a month.
Okay.
And I tell him, if you do that and you're on very good behavior, you're gonna get the mower. You're getting the deal.
Okay. So all right.
So here's the deal. He's been he's been on great behavior. But Vanessa and I had a speaking event, our final one at Caesar's Palace out there in Vegas.
Yeah.
Grandmas are texting me, calling me, going, he just did this. Little homie just did that.
No.
He just did this.
Oh, no.
I'm going, come on, you were so
Aubrey,
close.
no.
So, Merton, I don't know in your family, as a kid, did they teach you that Santa Claus was a real deal?
Well, no, not really. We found out pretty early on that Santa wasn't real.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Probably like 5 or 6. We know.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's what I told my daughter, and she went to school, and all the other parents and all the other kids were upset with me. I'm like, what? I don't want to go through first and second grade. So thinking something,
So here's the scam. I start teasing it. I said, Aubrey, I was in the bathroom at the office, and this elf, he comes up and he tells me, he says, you're not on the good list. And he goes, an elf came to the office, right, Dad? I'm just saying, and he goes, what was his name? Like, it's weird. You're at a urinal. You don't reach over and say, what's your name? You
It's-
don't
man
fist
law.
bump a
You
guy.
don't, yeah.
I just look straight ahead. You know, I got to focus on. I got to focus on my aim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, here's the deal. So and then Aubrey, over time, we see, he goes, well, was he there? I mean, how often did you see him twice? I said, I saw him twice. He goes, Dad, there's no way. And I said, no, Aubrey, listen. And so Aubrey's now wanting to get into the lineage of how is he related to Jesus and the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. I said, he's not a deity, but he knows him.
Yeah.
He knows the guys.
Yeah.
So anyway, I said, here's the deal. I'm worried that you might get a lump of coal. I'm not saying you're going to, but I'm worried, and I don't know if this whole Santa thing's real, but if you get a lump of coal, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So Aubrey's
Okay.
now starting to ask the couple days before Christmas, what was his name? Did you really talk to him? And I'm like, I'm just saying I don't have any control. As a parent, I buy most of your gifts, but there's certain ones Santa brings those things, and I just have to just tell him, I just plead your case. I said, it's been good all year. So long story short, he opens up the Christmas gifts. All the kids are opening their gifts, and he opens his, and it is straight coal.
Oh, wow.
So he looks at me and starts to laugh.
Yeah.
And then goes from laughing to crying. We're going to put this on thrivetimeshow.com. We're going to embed the videos so you can see it. So when you go to thrivetimeshow.com.
Everybody likes to see a child cry. That's good. Good call. Good call.
When you go to thrivetimeshow.com and you click on the About section, you will see this video. So you go to thrivetimeshow.com, click on the About. You'll see it tomorrow. It'll be up there on the website. So here's the thing is, so he opens, he realizes, oh no, I'm not going to get a gift. And he goes from laughing to like crying, and then he's like, Dad, and he runs off. And then so like within 90 seconds, I timed it. Sam the man, one of our producers, he knocks on the door.
The lumberjack?
Yeah. And Aubrey goes, who is it? And I said, it could be the coal miners. So we take him outside, and there is the 48-inch riding Husqvarna mower in the beginning of the Motown landscaping service. Dr. Z, I couldn't be prouder as a father to see him get it, and he mowed the lawn 3 times on the Monday after Christmas.
That is awesome. I tell you what.
Do you have any grass?
No, he kept lowering the setting.
Down to the nub, scalped
You'll
it.
see it, dude.
Scalped it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an awesome deal. So you only left him crying for 90 seconds?
Yeah, and in Guatemala, do you guys even celebrate Christmas over there, or were you just like, nah, we're in Guatemala, skip it, boom, let's go under a palm tree?
It's always kind of weird, when you're in a country that has palm trees and Christmas is going on. So it's kind of it's always kind of different, to see that. But it's it was fun, and my first grandson.
What is his name?
Sebastian.
Wow.
Yeah, and he is the most awesome person in the world.
Sounds sophisticated, like his grandfather. Very sophisticated.
Well, apparently he's a big deal.
Did you give him Grey Poupon as a gift?
No, but I missed that one. That would I should have given him a Husqvarna, and he could have been out there. I mean, he's only a month old. He could have been out there, mowing the park.
Now, Merton, you have a child on the way.
Yes, sir.
What is your baby to be's name?
Eden Amari Joy. So she has 2 middle names.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
So you said Eden Amari Joy. What's the origin of this name?
So Eden, of course, meaning delight or paradise. Amari meaning miracle from God.
Okay.
And of course, joy meaning joy.
I thought you meant Amari like Mari Stoudemire. You had a thing, and you're going, this guy.
Amari Cooper.
I thought you were named after the Phoenix Suns legend here, but no. Okay, so Amari means joy.
No, Amari means miracle.
Miracle, but Eden means joy.
No, Eden means
delight,
paradise.
Paradise.
Where did I get the word joy?
Because that's her third name.
Name.
Oh, there it is. See, there it is. I have to get a chart. I need a chart, and I can just break this down.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you didn't write it down. That's why you missed that.
That's unbelievable. See, that just shows you, Thrivers. Anybody can turn their dreams into reality. Even people like me with no short-term or long-term memory.
Huh?
Now, here's the thing. Z, if you're listening right now, and I encourage everyone listening right now, because I want you to write this down. This is something you need to write down.
Pull over.
Dr. Z and I have personally worked with hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs. I've worked as a speaker with thousands of entrepreneurs all over the world. And we truly, we know, this isn't like a guess, we know that you can turn your dreams into reality. You can achieve financial freedom. You can do it, and time freedom. But I want to get into, Z, when we say that someone can achieve financial freedom and time freedom, let's go into financial freedom. When you hear the word financial freedom, what does that mean to you?
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching. That's right, Merton. It means enough money that you can do the things that you want to do, not the things that you have to do. Is in my opinion, because one of the things that I found out in life is that you don't want to Aunt Connie anybody.
Aunt Connie anybody? Who's Aunt Connie?
Aunt Connie, God rest her soul, was my aunt.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things that she said to me early on in my career, she came up to me and she said, "Oh, Robert, I'm so disappointed in you."
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm sorry, excuse me, Aunt Connie? And she said, yeah, I just really thought that you were going to do so much more in your life. And I was like, okay, all right.
It's not very nice, Aunt
How do you
Connie.
handle, it's awkward 101. How do you handle that? And she said, well, you were smart enough to be a real doctor. You were smart enough to do this. And I just, really feel like you've settled in your life. And I'm like, well, Aunt Connie, I don't feel that way. And so I went on to tell her why I felt that way. Hey, I'm doing what I love. I'm successful at it. And, I have financial freedom now and time freedom now because of my success in that. And I'm happy. And if I'm happy, you should be cheering for me and saying, well done, instead of sitting there acting like I didn't hit some mark that you had set for me. So one of the things I say that is that, your measure of success and your measure of financial freedom and your measure of time freedom may be different than anybody else in your life. And so, hang on to your dream and let's make your dream a reality, not somebody else's dream for your life a reality.
And I'm going to give you an example of this. I'm going to just kind of read a notable quotable from the book, A Scale, that blows my mind. Here we go. He says, "The world doesn't pay you for the hours you put in. It pays you for the value that you create." And he goes on to say, "The goal of owning a business is not to be needed, but in fact the opposite, to build a business that doesn't need you." What does that mean? Well, here's the thing is, today your optometry clinic saw many, many patients.
Yeah, we were busy today. This is a busy week for us.
Elephant in the room, we saw, I'll say, hundreds of men who we cut their hair today. I did not see a single person.
Whoa. You're saying a business that you co-own, that you help market, that you've helped build, you didn't straight razor any dude in there today.
I did not, for their safety. And you did not see any patients today.
That's correct. That is correct.
But the thing is, Merton here is a musical talent, and I was touched. It's like, I mean it though. You have a gift. It's awesome.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm glad to have it.
But I mean, seriously, on Christmas, the Christmas service, there are just hundreds of people packing. They had to bring out extra rows. It was packed. It was like they're passing out fans. People are sweating and stuff. But the thing is, his gift is to, Merton, how would you describe what your vision for your life is, what your dream for your life is in terms of your career?
To share my music, to heal people through music. I think music expresses what cannot be said, and it kind of crosses barriers. It kind of reaches outside of what we can actually say. In conversation.
I believe you do heal me with music every Sunday. One person. So we'll see if we have. People probably don't share it with you. They probably are like, "Hey, Martin, do you know where the bathroom is?" I mean, people probably don't share what you're doing. But, my dream is to teach people how to start and grow a successful company. Our entire mission at Thrive 15 is to mentor millions. Dr. Z, what's your big dream, my friend, in terms of your career?
In terms of my career, that is to get the things we're talking about, the financial freedom and the time freedom. I mean, I want to get today to where everything's on autopilot in my life, and I can wake up in the morning and go, what do I want to do today? Where do I want to go?
Yeah.
Who do I want to take to go do the thing with me?
I want to take Merton. I want to take Dr. Z, I'll tell you that.
I'm going to take that keyboard too. And that way, as we're going, he can give me a little of that.
Hey.
This show is brought to you by Adobe Creative Cloud. If you're a photographer, graphic designer, video editor, podcaster, business owner, or just creative genius, this is for you. All of your creative tools, all in one place. Creative Cloud includes the entire collection of creative apps for desktop, from favorites like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator to new tools like Adobe Experience Design. Check this out. You can create podcasts seamlessly in high quality with Adobe Audition. Did you miss the exposure or looking to create a stunning and beautiful photo? You gotta download Lightroom. Okay. The latest release of Adobe Creative Cloud is here with incredible new features in Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and all of your favorite apps, plus millions of Adobe stock assets and new premium images are built right in. So you can turn your brightest ideas into your best work fast. make sure that you check out Adobe Creative Cloud. It's at adobe.com. Once again, Adobe Creative Cloud at adobe.com.
Live, local, now. You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to your inspiration station. And today we are talking about a topic that I could not be more excited to talk about. You see, thousands of you have reached out to us and you've said, hey, I've got a dream. I have a business idea. I've got a business plan. I have a current business, or I'm thinking about starting one. And I'm just trying to figure out, how can I actually, is it possible for everybody to truly turn their dreams into reality while maintaining life balance? That's the kicker right there. How do you turn your dreams into reality while maintaining life balance? And so what Dr. Z and I have done, we've got together with a team, we've sat down, and we have developed what I believe, what many are calling the world's best business workshops, okay? So we have these workshops, and on January 20th and 21st, Tulsa, you want to circle your calendar, okay? January 20th and 21st, we have a Thrivetime 2-day intensive workshop. Now, here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
We have a scholarship program. So I don't care if you have $4 in your bank or you have $4,000 in your bank, you can afford to come to this, because what happens is, and this is the part that's a little bit offensive. As Dr. Z, hopefully I'm not super offensive here. Here's the deal.
Well, that's a shocker.
Lee Cockrell, who's the former executive vice president of Walt Disney World Resorts, he says a quote, and I encourage you to look this up. He says, you can pray and you can hope, but you also need to do.
Bingo.
Yeah. So work with me. So you need to do in the natural what you can do and allow God to do what he's going to do in the supernatural. Yeah. Those of you who don't believe in the supernatural, that's okay, but you have to do what you can do. Now, the thing is, we can get very motivated. We can walk on hot coals. We can walk on hot coals.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. That really hurts.
We can get motivated. We can bounce a beach ball around and go, we can do it. Yes, we can. We can go to an overnight, make millions of dollars with no money down real estate seminar.
You can do it, an overnight success story.
But at the end of the day, you have to learn how to build a workflow, how to do your accounting, how to do sales, how to make an LLC, how to fire people, how to hire people, how to sell stuff. There's a lot of details. And Z, that is what our 2-day workshops are all about, my friend.
How to make a checklist. I tell you what, we're going to break it out and break it down, and you're going to leave here. I promise you this. We will give you a 100% guarantee that you're going to leave here smarter than when you showed up here. And you know what, Clay? It's a little afternoon on Hump Day, right?
Hump Day.
And I'm going to make your lunch dreams come true.
Make my lunch dreams come
we're talking about making dreams come true today. So I'm going to tell you what, you're in your car, you got the radio on, you're listening to your Thrivetime show. Thank you very much, Thrivers.
Feeling kind of hungry.
We love you. Thank you for listening. Just drive, just don't even think about it. Just drive straight to Oklahoma Joe's Barbecue.
I'm so hungry.
Just do it. If you're in Broken Arrow, it's over there by the Bass Pro Shop. South Tulsa, it's over here at 61st and Sheridan. Downtown, it's right next to Cane's. Right there next to Cane's Ballroom, the iconic Cane's Ballroom. And go in there and get yourself some burnt ends and baked beans. I've been talking about them forever because you know what? They'll make an impact on you too.
I want to challenge Mr. Merton on our show. We have a special guest, Mr. Merton Huff. Mr. Merton Huff,
I'm up for a challenge, man. I'm good. How are you?
There you go.
Man, I'm doing awesome. I'll tell you what, you're a man of integrity. You're the praise and worship leader over there at the Metropolitan Baptist Church. Are you perfect? No, but you're a great guy. You're a good guy.
I'll take that. Yes,
have
sir.
you been to Oklahoma Joe's yet? I'm just asking you.
I haven't.
No. Life changer.
Here's the deal.
Game changer.
Here's the deal. If you will go there, not that you need a financial spot. I'm just saying, if you'll go there, I will promise you, I'll reimburse you next time you're on the show. You got to go there and get something. Cause it is. Do you like barbecue?
Oh, yeah, man. I love barbecue.
Dude, I'm telling you, you have to go there. It's going to be a game changer for you.
Game changer.
And in Oklahoma Joe's, you're going to find the guy who founded it is an Oklahoma. And he literally built a business that sold 2 million smokers, Z. You talk about turning your dreams into reality.
Joe Davidson is a great guy. We've had him on the show before because we love to highlight local Oklahoma, the Tulsa region particularly, success stories. And so to have him come on and tell his story, it's just fascinating how he did his marketing, the moves he made, how he got into it, guys that mentored him. I mean, it's a great story. We'll have to have him on the show again because the best part of having Joe Davidson on the show is
he brings that food.
He brings
it's so good.
It's so good.
I almost cry every time I see him. It's sort of like he's like, Clay, quit giving me the weird eye. Quit giving me the weird eye. I'm just bringing barbecue. Calm down.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
Sorry, Joe. I just want to touch those baby back ribs. Sorry. All right, no, but here's the thing: I'm going to read you a notable quotable. This comes at you from Napoleon Hill. My son, his name is Aubrey Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill was the mentor of Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts? Yeah, Oral Roberts University. He's also the personal assistant, apprentice of Andrew Carnegie, the second wealthiest man during his time. Here's the notable quotable. He says, a Carnegie or a Rockefeller or a James J. Hill or a Marshall Field or anybody, guys, listen, or a Russell Simmons or a Puff Daddy he says, accumulates a fortune through the application of the same principles available to all of us. Someone needs to write that down. But we envy them and their wealth without ever thinking of studying their philosophy and applying it to ourselves. We look at a successful person in the hour of their triumph and wonder how they did it, but we overlook the importance of analyzing their methods, and we forget the price they had to pay and the careful, well-organized preparation that had to be made before they could reap the fruits of their effort. So I want to ask you this, Merton, and then I want to ask you, Z. Merton, thinking about your music career. Your music career, again, what is your dream? What is your vision with your music career? Share that with Tulsa.
So my dream is to share my music nationally, internationally, music that heals people, music that crosses barriers, any kind of barrier you could think of. My music would bring people together.
And how many hours have you practiced? I mean, if you had to just guess, I mean, we're talking. I mean, is it? I mean, throughout your life, are we talking thousands of hours?
Oh yeah,
7 hours, 2 hours,
7 hours. That's
2 hours in my whole life, man. That would be hard.
Wow,
I would say thousands of hours. Yes.
So you just give us a little sample. Just give us a little something. Take us to church. Give us a little something.
Sorry.
Here we go.
God has not promised me sunshine, but a little rain mixed with God's sunshine. A little pain makes me appreciate the good times.
Oh, boom. Now, here's the thing is, you've practiced, though. So you've put that preparation. No one celebrates process.
No, I tell you what, I just want to be able to walk over there and do what he just did and sound like he just did without, people go, wow, I want the end result. Everybody wants the end result. We are a fast food society.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
you
drive in, get your thing, order, you talking to the clown's face, you get your thing, you pay your thing, you drive away from your thing, you pull into the park, you eat your thing, and then you go back to work. Right?
Here's the thing is, Thrivers, you need to check it out, okay? Someone needs to write this down. Check it out. You go up to Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates by the mall, and you see this big piece of real estate. You see the successful company. You see the auction. You see the bank you've invested in. You come into the Thrive15.com world headquarters. You see our offices.
This is spectacular.
How'd you homies do that? And what they do, people want to talk about, now that you have financial freedom, what do you like to do with your time? No, let's talk about how we got here. And that's what we're going to talk about, Z, at our 2-day workshops is the process, the specific, detailed stuff you need to do. Now, it's January 20th and 21st, Z, and it's 15 hours, Dr. Z. It's 15 hours of power over 2 days.
It's fantastic. You can't come sooner. They're sold out. We'll have some after that you can get, but the next opportunity is January 2021. And get on our website, thrivetimeshow.com.
Thrivetimeshow.com.
Scroll down and just things saying I'm interested, boom. And
you'll leave overjoyed.
You'll leave overjoyed. It's intense. But you know what? It's the step you need to take if you want to take it to the next level.
Now, Thrivers, when we come back, we're going to teach you about how to take your big dreams and turn them into specific, detailed goals.
Are you a business owner? You need to ask yourself right now, how are you backing up your files and important documents? Most businesses have no system for the files in their business. If this is you got to use Dropbox. At least sign up for one of their 30-day free trials. Real talk, it's the secure file sharing and storage solution that employees and IT administrators trust. You get as much space as needed at no additional cost. You get unlimited file recovery and versioning, basically creating new versions, and valuable admin controls for secure sharing and collaboration with Dropbox for Business. You got to check this out. After using Dropbox, you'll definitely feel more secure knowing that a virus or power surge can't ruin your computer, and your entire business. Try full access to Dropbox Business for 30 days. Head over to Dropbox.com to get started. Again, Dropbox.com to get started.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, T-Town, Oklahomies, and people listening to this show, welcome to the audio dojo of Mojo Faux Show. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear. I am joined here with Dr. Robert Zellner. Sir, welcome back from Guatemala. Welcome back.
It's good to be back in the United States of America. There's no country like this.
You travel a lot. Do you like leaving America? I'm kind of afraid. Every time I leave, I'm kind of afraid. Or do you like leaving America?
Probably should be. I tell you what. No, I do. I like going to other countries, but I tell you what, my favorite airport in the world is Tulsa International Airport. You know why, don't you?
Very quick. When you land on the plane, you're almost instantly where the baggage is.
Well, okay, that's true. But the good thing about when I'm going to the airport, I'm either going someplace fun, or I'm returning home, and both of those I highly value.
Oh, well, you know, my least favorite airport is LaGuardia in New York. Every time I fly there, I feel like I landed in an old bus station. And some people listening right now, you don't know what it's like to travel on a bus. Let me tell you what that's like. I've traveled on some buses. You travel on some buses. Anybody, if you're listening right now and you've traveled on a bus, you know what I'm talking about. You're usually sitting by a guy named Bernie, Mac, or Buddy, something like that. And he has a certain smell to him. And he might or might not brush his teeth. And he's been living on that bus for about a week.
Yeah.
And it gets worse from there. I mean,
that's a high point.
Merton, have you been on a bus before?
Yeah, man. I remember one ride from Atlanta to Pensacola, Florida, which is my hometown, was 4-hour ride. It took me 20 hours to get there.
How beautiful!
Every station on the way, everyone.
Now, Merton, if you're not certain who you're listening to, he's a man angel. But Merton, he has the voice of choice. He is the praise and worship leader for the Metropolitan Baptist Church. Blesses me and my family every single Sunday. Truly brings a joy into us, into our family. Just unbelievable voice. You gotta, if you're looking for a church home, you gotta go visit the Metropolitan Baptist. And we're honored to have a guy on the show today who is a listener of the Thrivetime Show, and he's a guy. He goes by Ted and is on a talk radio show. So we're gonna call him Ted Talks. It's Mr. Ted King. He's an Oklahoma native who graduated from Northeastern State University. He's worked at the Republican National Committee, the National Right to Work Committee, and he spent some time working on the Hill in Washington, D.C., and theater writes for the Federal Page and has been a staff writer at numerous publications. And Ted, you had some questions, and so we're talking about how to turn your dreams, how to practically turn your dreams into reality. So Ted, I'm going to give you the mic, my friend. Welcome to the show.
Well, greetings, and thank you so much for having me on, Clay. It's terrific to be here.
Well, man, we were excited to have you inside the box that rocks. And
it is. It says so on the outside.
You can ask.
It's really true.
It really does say that. Now, you can ask Dr. Z. This is like an Ask Us Anything question. We're talking about how to turn your dreams into reality. Do you have any questions for Dr. Z about business or startup ideas? Or what kind of questions do you have for the man, the myth, and the legend, Dr. Zellner here?
Myth.
I want to know if you believe an online newspaper for the Tulsa metro area could actually make it financially based on subscribers.
That's an interesting question. I mean, my first hip from the hip, I would say absolutely. Now, there's a lot of people that come to me with business ideas, and I don't want this to sound wrong, but almost every one of them could succeed.
Okay.
Now, you have to do certain steps. And Ted, one of the things that we've learned in business coaching, Clay and I have, Clay and I have been mentoring young entrepreneurs for a while now, is that we have a certain approach. We have steps that they have to follow and do. And we almost guarantee success if they follow those steps with the diligence and a commitment that's necessary to make it happen. So when you say that idea, I would say absolutely yes. But is it going to happen overnight? Is it going to happen easily? Is there going to be some fight? Is there going to be some pushback? Is there going to be some we have 13, when we evaluate a business, we look at 13 core issues on them. And what we've done is that we obviously have our Thrive15.com, which is our Netflix of business school. So we encourage people to get on that. But then we also encourage them to come to our in-person workshops. And in our in-person workshops, we break it down and we deep dive into all these different moves that people need to do to make their business successful. And in fact, our next one that's available, Clay, when is it? January 20th, right?
January 20th and 21st. It's going to be here at the Riverwalk in beautiful Jenks, America, on the left coast of the Arkansas River. Left coast. People are saying, is there water in there right now? Stop judging, Thrivers. It's a beautiful river when it's full. It's at January 20th through 21st.
It's beachfront when it's not.
Yeah, it's a beachfront property here at beautiful Jenks, America. And you go to thrivetimeshow.com if you want to attend a workshop, thrivetimeshow.com. And whether you have $7 or $7 million, we have a scholarship program so everyone can afford to be there. And we're going to walk you through how to specifically start and grow a business.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
And Clay, one of the biggest promises I like is we're not going to be sitting there upselling you. This isn't a game to get you out here to try to get in your pocket.
It's a multi-million-dollar secret.
For the next 10 people that want to stand up and give me $10,000, we're going to give. No, it's not that. Listen, guys, it's practical business coaching, business teaching. And the good thing about it is you're learning from some of the best. And we've got proven systems and proven ways to do this. And you sit there and you catch a show every now and then. Thank you for listening to the Thrivetime Show. It's our business show without the BS. And all the Thrivers out there, we love our audience, but they say, I want more. Well, Thrive15.com, you can get on and listen to that. You can come into the in-person workshops. We've got our next one up with some openings, that is, January 20th and 21st, right here at our headquarters. It's 15 hours, 45 minutes, and a 15-minute break for 2 days.
Yeah.
And then also we have you say, I want even more. We even have one-on-one business coaching.
We do have one-on-one business coaching, and I'm going to give you a little sneak preview of Ted, how he would walk you through this process, okay?
Yeah, let's walk him through it.
Step number 1, you want to discover your break-even analysis. So let's say I'm going to the Met Church, and let's say I'm going there and Merton's leading praise and worship, and after church, some guy's like, who is that person? He's so pale. What is his deal? So if someone pulls me aside and goes, who is that pale male? I think I've seen him on a billboard or something. And they were to say, I have a landscaping dream, or I have a dream to make an online publication, whatever it is. My first question is, how many customers do you need to break even? So I'm going to ask you the question. How much would you charge per subscriber in your perfect world?
I wouldn't charge a subscription.
How would it make money? Advertisement?
Advertisement.
Okay.
Banner ads, and I'd have video ads.
How much ad revenue would you need to break even?
I wouldn't know.
Okay, great. Well, we're gonna hop into it. This is like the super fast business coaching. Let's say the number's 20,000.
Okay.
Because it's you and a dude, and you want to make some good money.
Right.
So it's you and a dude, and you want to make some good money. So the best example I can give you that relates to this would be 4hourworkweek.com, and it's a Tim Ferriss and a dude, and he makes a lot of money, millions of dollars. So that's an online publication. Then the second step is I would say, well, what are the number of customers, or in this case, advertisers, that you would need to land to fund this thing? And Z, you buy advertisement. I buy advertisement. I'm going to say you're going to need about 5 advertisers. Here's the part that's not fun, but I like it because I'm a sick freak. How many rejections do you need to get 5?
Oh, come on now.
I'd say 20.
That's good.
So what I like to do is I like to take the number of yeses you need times 100, and I'm almost certain you'll sell something.
Okay.
So I would say you need 500 no's to get 5 yeses to get to your successes. I'm going to repeat it one more time. 500 no's to get to your 5 yeses.
But I can't handle rejection. That's just what you're setting me up for failure.
And I don't endorse people drinking adult beverages during the workday, or really, I'm not going to endorse it. I'm just going to say you've got to get emotionally numb to rejection if you're going to have some success. So for you specifically, I would say make a list of 500 companies that you could call to try to sell ads to. And if you get, you're going to typically shoot 1 for 100 and you'll close something. That's what I would do. Well, so many people think that their idea is not good because they get rejected. You've got to get rejected to get validation.
Yes.
And when we come back, we're going to get into the specifics of how to make a publication that Tulsa would want to read and want to listen to. Stay tuned. Thrivetime Show.
Are you looking to start or grow a business? Then you are definitely going to have problems and questions along the way. You will find the answers to all of your business questions at Thrive15.com. Thrive15.com provides online video-based business training taught by millionaires and successful entrepreneurs for less than $1 per day. That's less than your daily coffee budget. It's no classrooms, no get-rich-quick seminars. These are trainings broken into 15-minute segments that get you the answers that you need. It's business school without the BS. I dare you to try a 7-day free trial. Simply go to thrive15.com, and the first 100 people will also receive a free downloadable for how to optimize your website. So stop wasting your time and money. Go to thrive15.com and get your business questions answered now.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to your inspiration station, Green Country. Welcome back, and in fact, inside the box that rocks, we have TED Talks. Dr. Z, we have got one of our incredible Thrive15.com listeners, one of our Thrivetime Show listeners, Mr. Ted King in the box that rocks. Z, I'm excited to have him. Are you pumped, Z?
I'm extremely pumped because this is Practical Business Coaching 101. He asked a very good question last segment, and that is, could an online newspaper basically make it in the Tulsa region? And I said, absolutely, if you follow the steps we have outlined for you. And so you went through a couple of the steps.
Yeah. I'm going to kind of review these real quick here.
Okay.
One, you want to figure out what's your break-even analysis. And I'm just making it up a number, but I'm going to say we need to find a way to bring in about $10,000 a month so that you and a dude can run this thing.
Right.
And maybe we have more ambitions than that, but then we can think about step number 2 is how many customers do you need to achieve that goal? And I think you need about 5 advertisers to get to that number conservatively in my mind. So then it gets down to the product. I mean, Merton, you live in Tulsa.
Yes, sir.
Z, you live in Tulsa.
Oh, yeah.
I live in Tulsa. Mike, one of our producers, lives in Tulsa. Sam lives in Tulsa. I'm going to give you what people listen to all around the world, and you don't have to read what they're interested in, and you don't have to agree with me, but I'm just going to tell you because one of our Thrive15.com mentors, Michael Levine, that book with the blue cover on Z's desk is the book he wrote, Guerrilla PR, and he is the public relations consultant for Michael Jackson, for Prince, for Nike, and this is coming from him. So he says this: people will read newspaper articles about celebrities. So, I mean, we can't, Hanson's in town. Okay, Hanson, wow, boom, Hanson. 2 is like scandal. People will read about scandal. And whether we want to or not, people love, oh my God, did you hear what Donald Trump said? Did you hear what Hillary said? Did you hear what Hillary said about Trump? And it's almost a news cycle now where it's like, this person said this about this person. They said this about this. Could you believe it? And then that 3rd is local. People love to see local names. And so people love to see, oh, I know Merton. He's in the paper today. Oh, that's Dr. Z. I know him. Oh, that's Ted. He's in the... So you're going to have to find some way to weave them in. So the question I would have for you is what do you want to talk about? Like, what do you want this paper to be about? Or this publication, this online publication?
Local, state, and national news. Some national, most of it local and state.
So give me an example of the kind of stories you'd like to cover.
Story I did... on a website called 46news.com. A man presented me with some federal filings about the new mayor.
Federal filings about the new mayor. Here we go.
And they were perfectly all above board. I mean, but he has worked as a lobbyist.
Okay.
And in the process of discovering that he was worked as a lobbyist, I also discovered that the Tulsa World had a tax abatement on a building that they own next door to their building.
So you're talking about some deep stuff here.
Deep stuff.
Okay.
Stuff that's not going to be covered by the regular newspaper.
So, Z, I have an offensive statement I'll make over here, and then you can kind of make your own comment over there. Here we go. I'm going to start here. You have to know who your ideal and likely buyer is.
Right.
So the elephant in the room, if you're listening right now, I challenge you. See, I challenge the Thrivers to check out the elephant in the room. Here's my challenge. The first time you get your hair cut, it's $1.
Yes, yeah, I know you're. Yeah.
And here's the deal. 2/3 of you listening will never come back because you're going to go, I don't want a paraffin hand dip. I don't want hot towel treatment. I don't want to have to pre-book. I don't want to have a membership. I don't want to have a, straight razor shave. That's not my deal. I don't want a men's grooming lounge. There's people out there who want to get their haircut. They go, my appointment canceled. I want to get my haircut now, and I don't care who does it. That's 2/3 of people. But we know who our niche is. Cedar Ridge Country Club knows who their niche is. Merton, your praise and worship music. How would you describe the kind of music style that you bring there on a typical Sunday?
So it's real soulful, kind of. I got a kind of a mix of jazz, but it's pretty soulful, and people look for that. It's like music from the soul.
If you're listening right now and you go on to the Facebook Live, you watch me, you will discover that I am your pasty male. Okay, there's nobody more pale than me. Okay. And my family growing up, they're always like, "Why do you like John Legend? What's the deal? Like, why do you listen to Jodeci? What's the deal with Boyz II Men?" I don't know what it is, but I'm like I like two genres, R and B. That's it. So the thing is,
you're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
You have to know your niche. You got to know your niche. And so I'm just saying this right now. My advice to you, and I want to hear Z's feedback on this, but you, Ted, you're going to have to know your niche and sell out to that niche. Because the word tax abatement, some people are like, is Justin Bieber in the article? And you're going, no, it's tax abatements. Justin Bieber? No, tax abatements. I'm not interested. So you're going to have to decide, are you going to sell to the masses or a specific niche? Z, what mentorship do you have there on finding your niche?
Well, when you find your niche, obviously, when you make your product, you're thinking about your niche when you do it. You're not talking about the passing of Carrie Fisher, which was a very sad thing a few days ago, by the way.
Or George Michael.
Or George Michael. I know. I was going to maybe get Merton to play a little bit of Faith or something down, maybe next segment, or something.
Yeah.
We need to do some of that. But, obviously, as you build your widget, if you don't have your likely customer in mind and you're just thinking, well, I'll just make it for everybody. The worst you can do is when I talk to a young person who's starting a business and they go, well, my customer's everybody.
Everybody. I don't want to limit myself. I want the world.
And I go, no. Psh, psh, psh. No, that's not the right thing to say. We've got to get our most likely customer. Like the one for my optometry is soccer moms. That's my core target that I target.
Yoga pants.
They're not. They're not. It's not just every. Not every patient's a soccer mom, obviously, but they are the most likely because they tell their husbands and boyfriends and children, and they drive them in their minivan. Not in minivans anymore. I'm kind of dating myself. They're SUVs over to the office.
They're wood-trimmed minivans.
They're wood-trimmed minivans. So you've been in publications, Ted. You've done a lot of writing. You kind of know the atmosphere that's out there. And if you're like Clay said, if you're writing, that article that you're writing about tax abatement and what that means. Most people would look at that and go, "What is it? I don't even know what that means."
Well, it's high information stuff.
Next, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But there is a likely person for that, and to understand them, and then also know what else they're doing in their life, where else they're going, where you find them, where they're most likely to be, then that can help, drive the next few points that we have. So, step one is, what's your break even? Step two is, how many advertisers it's going to take to get there. Right. And I love what Clay said. For every one, you're going to have 100 rejections. That's excessive. You seem like, oh my gosh, I want to have a 1% strike rate. Well, if you book that in your mind, you end up with a 2 or 3% strike rate. You'll be like, score.
Here's the thing: is this morning my playlist. Not that you care, but this is what I listen to the morning when I'm doing paperwork. I listen to John Legend a lot, and what I do is I listen to an album. I'll listen to it probably like 20 days in a row, to just totally. And so track number 3 right now on his new Darkness and Light album, it's a song he did with Brittany Howard, and it's called Darkness and Light. There it is. And it's great. And so my kids know that song, but most people don't know what that song is.
I don't even know who he is.
This is what I'm talking about. Can you play a little John Legend? Could you maybe we have together?
I know one of his songs.
Do you know one of his songs?
I don't know if I know that one.
Okay. Can you play one maybe, Merton? Can you kind of cue it up real quick? Oh, here we go. Just give us a little. There we go.
We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go.
You know this song?
'Cause we're ordinary people.
It's very nice.
Here we go, Merton.
Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow. Oh.
Ted.
This time we'll take it slow.
Okay, so here's the deal. That's the deal. That's a song that I love that you don't even know about.
Right.
Abatements. That's something you love that no one even. So the thing is, you got to know your niche.
That audience has
and
to
do
be
not
found, yes.
survey anybody who's not in that niche.
Right.
So do not take it as a form of rejection that I'm going, abatements? What's an abatement? I don't know. Is that a John Legend song? Is that a new song? So the thing is, you've got to find your niche and scratch it.
Right. Yes.
That's the thing. So, Z, I mean, you've got to know who your niche is. I mean, you have to know that.
Well, it's one of the things. Otherwise, you waste advertising dollars. You spin your wheels and you waste time, because here's the thing about it is we want to get that in front of those high and likely buyers as often and as much as possible. That's how you're going to build your base. Once you build your base, and you can sell the product to advertisers, because, quite frankly, if nobody's listening to it, no one's going to advertise, right? And you got to, so you got to build that. And I love the idea you're thinking about. I'm just going to give this away, get as many people reading it and looking at it as possible, and then I can sell it. Now I have a product I can sell to my advertisers.
Now, we come back, Thrivers. We're going to get more into Ted's specific questions. But before we do that, we're going to let Mr. Merton Huff scratch his niche right here with kind of demonstrating some of his musical mastery. Mr. Merton, you have the mic.
Take us out.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Someday we'll get it together and we'll get it all done. Someday when your head is much lighter.
For the professional-looking man out there, this is for you. Are you tired of waiting for hours in disorganized barbershops around town? Are you maybe looking for an upscale haircut experience instead of being treated like a little kid? If either of these thoughts crossed your mind, then Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge is for you. The Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge is proud to offer a variety of packages and memberships for discerning men and regular customers who wish to maintain their tailored look while receiving discounts off of services and products. They're going to bring you in, they'll offer you a beverage, identify your style that you're going for, get you a tailored haircut from one of the professional stylists, wash your hair, and then style it afterwards so you could even go back to work. The experience is awesome. They even do cool things for members like a free nape shave on Mondays or a peppermint oil scalp massage on Tuesday. Check out one of the locations near you and book an appointment. You can check them out at eitrlounge.com or just dial 918-877-2219. Seriously, you're going to love it. 918-877-2219 or visit eitrlounge.com to book an appointment today.
Broadcasting from the center of the universe, featuring optometrist turned entrepreneur, Dr. Robert Zellner, and U.S. SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark. This is the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to your Inspiration Superstation. My name is Clay Clark, and today the conversation is focused on how to turn your dreams into reality, how to practically do this, because there's so much motivational training out there. There's so much charlatan-focused, 3 steps to get rich or 18 tips to make millions, but there's very little conversation about the specific steps you need to take to start or grow a business. And so today, I am honored. I say honored, meaning that I sincerely cherish the moment to have Ted King on the show here today. He's one of our listeners, and so he listens to 1170, and it's an honor to have you on the show. It's just fun.
Well,
it's fun, and I just so Ted, for the listeners out there, can you kind of tell the listeners a little bit about your journey or a little bit about your career, kind of your background, I guess?
I've worked in for newspapers in the area. For years, I worked in politics. Worked in Washington D.C. I have always been interested in public policy, and years ago, I started working as a newspaper man in Pryor.
Wow!
And I discovered that I said, Ted, you love to write.
Love to write.
You are cynical. You're suspicious of authority. and you like to drink a lot. And I said, I must be a journalist.
Oh,
and,
wow.
I just it just kind of was a niche for me. I wrote a book a few years ago called The War on Smokers and the Rise of the Nanny State. I don't exactly say that smoking's good for you, but it's not crack cocaine.
Okay.
And it's being made illegal pretty much everywhere. Tucker Carlson was kind enough to endorse the book. And I have since written for the Daily Caller, his online site. He has an online site.
And you have a vision to turn this into an online publication for Tulsa.
Yes, because I think every time any newspaper publishes an obituary, that is one less subscriber they're ever going to replace.
I'm going to give you the power of the pen. I'm giving you this pen right now, and I want you to write down these 5 things, and hopefully it'll help you, because with the show, one of the things that Dr. Zellner and I, one of our frustrations is when people come to our in-person workshops, we have 15 hours. On the show, we have basically an hour and a half in between our great sponsors. So we have an hour and a half to get into it. So Z, I'm going to walk him through these 5 areas, and I'd like for you to kind of help him through these, okay? One is you have to focus on finding a market as soon as possible. That's step one. You have to find a market. You basically, if you can't sell something, you're not in business. So you have to find a market. Step 2, you have to know who your market is and who your market is not. Okay? Step 3, you just have to know how many customers you need to achieve your financial goals. You have to know that. You've got to know, is it 3 customers, 4 customers? 4, you've got to know your life goals. Z and I call it the F6, and we'll get into that in a minute. And then the final thing, and this is a little bit weird. Who are you okay with not doing business with? Who are you okay with saying no to? Who are you understanding that they are not your niche? Who are you understanding that they're not going to endorse your idea? And I want to kind of go through those. So let's start with this first one here, Z. Let's kind of start with the first one. Let's kind of interrogate Ted here to help him.
By the way, you call it that. I think that last one, chasing unicorns. It's a great line.
Chasing unicorns. Be careful. Be careful when you're chasing unicorns. Z, we'll still go to you, my friend.
Yeah, I call it flying pigs. I mean, it's an impossibility. And if you wait till pigs fly, if you wait till you write something that person's going to want to read, I mean, it's kind of like then you got to pick your team and stick with it. And that's what he's saying about the market. You've got to find out, who's going to be your market. And you've also got to make sure that what you're making, people want. I know that sounds crazy, but so many people think, well, gosh, this is such a great idea. And they go out there, they're all gung-ho, and then it's like just crickets, And you got to make sure that the widget you're building is solving a problem. And that's the thing we coach about for young people that come up to us and say, hey, listen, I've got a great business idea. And one of the first things we ask them is, what problem are you solving, number 1? And then number 2, can you make any money doing it?
Yeah.
Because without those, it's hard to have a business, Clay.
Ted, do you have any questions for Dr. Z about that? Because I have a few questions for the wizard. Do you have any questions for him?
Well, I guess... if you know your audience, you know you're going for, and you go for people who would fit that niche that you can that would want to advertise.
All right, there you go. Okay,
I have something terrible I want to say.
Yes.
When I first started DJing, and Merton, you tell me how you'd process this. You've been to some weddings. Does the DJ not make or break that wedding?
Oh man, they can absolutely break it or make it. Absolutely.
So you've been to a wedding where that DJ he plays. Everyone's in a groove. They're in a groove. They're playing like "Let's Groove Tonight," by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And they're playing that song, and they go to September. And they go to September.
Oh yeah. Come on now.
So they're in there, and then the guy goes into like Rapper's Delight, hip hop, hippie. Now he plays Billie Jean, Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah.
He's in his zone, and all of a sudden he goes, you hear. It's almost like it's just like dead silence. And he goes, if it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come? And all of a sudden the floor clears.
Yeah.
And then, Z's getting calls right now from Thrivers all over the world, Z. Z, you're a big deal.
I know. I had that. How'd that phone get turned on?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
So the thing is, then you get the Cotton Eye Joe. It kills the mojo. And I went back home as a DJ, and I went back home and I took out my notepad and I said, do not play Cotton Eye Joe ever after these songs.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
So over time, I made it better. So when you go out to the marketplace, this is the one thing about academia versus the marketplace. You have to fail fast in the marketplace. You have to fail. You have to go out there with your song list, the best you can possibly do, and be comfortable with screwing up someone's wedding. I mean, I remember hopping the mic, Z, and I remember going, oh, hey, folks, whoa, that was the remix. Let me switch it up. And I would just change songs immediately because I'm like, not good. And I would write down real quick.
Oh, yeah.
But you've got to do that. And that's the one thing I see so much people who are educated. I'm not putting you in that category. I'm not labeling you. But you're very educated.
Well, I'm wearing a bow tie and a corduroy
How long have you been to school?
4 years. I mean, bachelor's degree.
Okay, bachelor's degree. So the thing is, I mean this sincerely.
Yes.
If you look up the industry changers, like John D. Rockefeller,
Yes.
Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Richard Branson.
A lot of these people dropped out of school.
Not a lot
Some
of degrees there. Not a lot of
go
degrees.
in, yes.
And the reason why is because these people are not afraid to fail forward.
Right.
Now, Z over here is a sick freak. He went to school for Z. Did you go for 8 years, or did you go just? How did you get your optometry degree? Did you just? Get
It was a long weekend in Puerto Rico. No, it was 8 years undergrad. I got my undergraduate degree in mathematics, and then I got to my optometry degree from Northeastern State University. Go Riverhawks!
Yes,
Riverhawks?
I went there too.
Well, very good.
But it was Redmond back then.
Yes.
And
Very offensive.
I don't like
Very
the
offensive.
new-
I would
don't
never
like the
even-
new name at all. I like the old name.
I like Riverhawks. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about a red man
politically
Riverhawk? Is that a thing?
What about a red hawk?
Okay. Well, anyway, so Tharps, here's the deal. So I'm just telling you, you've got to go out there to the marketplace and test your idea.
Right.
You've got to attempt to sell it, and you're going to get some serious rejection.
Yes.
And that's the part where I see people, they just like, I don't know, maybe my business isn't a good idea. No. I mean, you've got to get rejections. I talked about it earlier, but Z, you got to get 100 rejections per yes at first.
Absolutely. And the thing about it is when people are starting a concept like this, they get 20, 25, 30 rejections. The next thing you know, they're packed up their bag and they're on to the next thing.
It's
I
not
mean, they're
going
like,
to work. It's not a good idea anymore. I can tell. I had 24 no's in a row, Z.
But I mean, the thing about it is if you buckle up and say, listen, I'm going to go knock on 100 doors and I'm going to be happy if I get one yes. That's a strong statement. And you know what that is? That's knocking on a lot of doors. And they're not going to get knocked on by themselves. I love that when Clay was doing working at a call service, when they had to make calls, outgoing calls, sales calls. And, he was making the minimum that he had required in the day. And there's a dude over there that was just killing the sales. And, every day Clay'd kind of be looking at him going, his name was Ron, great guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he'd be like, how's he killing it over there? What's he doing? Is he saying something different? Is he going off script? I mean, what's he doing?
Is he bribing people?
And so he's over there and finally just kind of picked on him and finally Ron was like, listen, Clay, here's the deal. You're making 75 calls a day. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to make.
75, baby, hitting the minimum.
That's
Boom.
Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. He goes, well, I tell you what, once you make 200 calls a day.
True story.
And you're gonna 2.5 times your sales just by
200 calls a day.
A day. And Clay's
Per
like, 200
day.
calls a day. Well, I have to maybe cut my lunch short, and I don't know that I could, go on break with all the guys here.
So much coffee I could drink.
So much coffee. I mean, think of the coffee I won't be able to drink. But the thing about it is that you've got to do that. And so, I mean, that's step one. Market. Know your make sure your product is solving a problem. Make sure people want it. Otherwise, hey, let's next business idea. Because, so many times people go out there and they think, well, this is a great idea. It's not solving a problem.
Yep.
They're not selling it for a profit. And they wonder why their business fails. I mean, unfortunately, I hate this number.
Why do you always say the number?
I know,
Just
I know.
because Forbes has reported it as true, in fact, does not mean you need to say
I know,
it.
I hate this. And we're going to change this number. This is our singular goal with this show.
Yeah.
I think I know what this is. Yeah, I know what this is.
80% of all startup business out there fail. 80%.
80%.
There's zero excuse for that.
Here's the deal, Thrivers. Though I have started 9, and so far none of them have failed. They all do great. And is he a genius? No. Here's the deal: we know the 13-point system, and that's what we're going to teach you on January 20th and 21st, right here at the Thrive15.com world headquarters. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. Literally, if you're listening right now and you know somebody whose business is in the toilet, or you just want to take your business to the next level, you need to come to this, because we're going to teach you how to create financial freedom and time freedom. There's no upsells. We don't have anything else to sell you, okay? And the thing is, we have a scholarship program, so it's affordable for everybody. Now, Z, we're going to skip ahead just for sake of time. I want to kind of skip ahead a little bit. Z, the F6 goals. When you get going with your business, you've got to know your F6 goals. You've got to know what your goals are for your faith.
Oh, yes.
For faith? What do you mean? Well, that's why I don't do Sunday appointments, because I'm at the Met. Okay, the second is family. Okay, family. You got to know about your family goals. I had a goal to have 5 kids. Are you Mormon?
Human kids?
Maybe. I don't know. I've looked into it, but are you sure you're not Mormon? Yes, I'm not Mormon. Okay, the third is fitness. You got to, when are you going to work out? 4, friends. You mean you have to stay in touch with people if you want to get close to them and stay close to them? That's weird. 5, finances. And 6, fun. Z, talk to us, pontificate. Z, tell us, coach us about these F6. Why is it so important to know what you're all about?
You've got to be balanced. I tell you what, we're not here to teach you how to be the soup Nazi. We're not here to have a successful business, but you be a dude that nobody wants to hang out with. Or
no
a
soup
dudette.
for you. No soup for you.
He's got a line outside the door, but nobody in their right mind is waiting in line. Hopefully that they're going to get their soup for the day, right?
Right.
We want you to have a successful business and be a balanced person. We want all your dreams to be fulfilled. And you know what? I'm going to throw you a few things, Clay.
Throw it to me.
I'm going to throw you just a few things, okay? In our in-person workshop, January 20th and 21st, it's 15 hours long, okay? This is just a few of the topics we're going to go over, okay?
Yeah.
Branding, marketing.
Who needs to know how to do branding and marketing? Not me. I'm the wizard.
Lead generation, sales conversion.
Okay, I could see maybe needing to know that. Maybe.
Well, I just thought I just hire an outgoing person. They take care of all my sales.
I just outsource it to India, basically.
Leadership.
No, I don't need to know. I just lead myself. They're all in India.
And a lot of people, you start a business and guess what? They all of a sudden they find themselves that they're the leader of this organization. They're like, what do I do? How do I handle that? Financial management.
Financial management.
Okay, so now you're starting to make money. Now what do you do with it?
But I'm a praise and worship leader. Why do I need to learn financial management?
Everybody needs to learn it because you know why? Because we're going to make sure you have the finances coming in through our 13-step system that you're going to have to manage it.
Now, Thrivers, when we come back, we're going to teach you more about how to turn your dreams into reality. But now I'm going to turn the microphone over to Mr. Mertenhoff, praise and worship leader of the Metropolitan Baptist Church. He's going to sing his dream.
In the still of the night, I held you tight, 'cause I love you so, promise I'll never let you go.
Okay, managing your money has not been easier. Mint.com is the solution to ambiguous and blind money management. You can effortlessly create budgets that are easy to stick to or even use one that they make for you. Design budgets that are appropriate for now and put you in position to succeed in the future. Get notifications for weird account charges and receive personalized tips for eliminating fees and saving more money. Check your credit with a free credit score and explore what you can do to improve it to be able to purchase the things that you really want later. Link up the app on your phone, and money management on the go has never been easier. You can even link up your portfolio accounts so you can see your bank accounts and stock values side by side. Mint.com, you got to go check it out, and you can sign up for free. Again, that's mint.com, mint.com. Go sign up right now. It's definitely a game changer for money management.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back. I'll tell you what, this is an incredible day. I believe it's the day the Lord has made. Maybe you go, I don't believe in that, but it's a good day. It's a great day. The thing is, Thrivers, it is a great day. We could not be more excited. I'll tell you what, if you have got 2 feet and a heart that beats, life is sweet. Maybe you don't have 2 feet. Maybe you have a heart that beats, then your life is sweet. The thing is, though, every day is what you make of it. And I was in Las Vegas at Caesar's Palace, right out there. Z, what's the place where they have the fountain that kind of dances to the music?
Bellagio.
So I'm in front of the Bellagio. And there's a guy there, and I'm not exaggerating. He is painting caricatures with his teeth.
Okay.
He has no arms, and he's painting with his teeth. And my wife and I are going, no way. And he's just painting, and people are paying him. People are lining up, and I'm going, this guy he's living his dream. I talked to the guy, and I said, how long have you been doing this? He said, this a few years. He said, I just had to get to a place like Las Vegas where there's traffic like this. This is what I've dreamed of. And I'm going, oh my! And I just sat there and watched the guy to a point where it's probably getting disturbing, and he's probably going, why is he looking at me? But he's living his dream.
Yeah.
Then there's Ryan Tedder, a Tulsa, Oklahoma native who I went to college with at Oral Roberts University. He's the front man for One Republic, and his dream, he used to say it in college. He goes, "I want to write a song for Paul McCartney and for U2." Well, he just wrote a song for U2. So like he's almost there, and he's writing songs for the big people. I mean, he's writing songs for Beyonce. He's writing songs for Adele. I mean, the who's who of music. That's his dream. But we all have a different dream, and if you're listening right now, every single person has a different dream. And I want you to go ahead and get out a sheet of paper. Z, is it okay if someone gets out a sheet of paper while they're at Oklahoma Joe's having their lunch? Is that acceptable?
Absolutely, yes. You can write while you're eating burnt ends all day long.
So here's the deal, Travis. Get out a sheet of paper, and I want you to write down these 6 areas, because if you do this, the power of writing this down will change the game for you. One is faith. I want you to write down, when are you going to practice your faith? When. Not just like your faith goal in a broad way, but when. 2, family. When are you going to spend time with your family? 3, fitness. When? Little time out. Lee Cockrell, the guy who used to manage Walt Disney World Resorts, one of our partners, he used to manage 40,000 people. He says this: what you schedule gets done. Oh, that doesn't seem very nice. 4, friends. When will you spend time with friends? 5, finances. When will you look at your checkbook? My checkbook, I got to look at that. I thought I would just, no, got to look at it. 6, fun. When will you have some fun? So I'm going to pick on Merton over here, Mr. Merton Huff, the praise and worship leader of the Metropolitan Baptist. Z, we're going to interrogate him, you and me. We're teaming up here. Here we go.
Okay, dear.
So what are your faith goals, bro? Can you share that on the air? What are your faith goals? What are your goals with your faith?
Well, I mean, concerning my faith, man, I just, I love God, and I want to be able to walk this thing out. Faith, I mean, faith is believing what you don't see. I believe it's just that, it's believing. So I believe it's an everyday thing. I don't know how to find the balance in that yet. I'm learning right now how to balance that out, but I believe it's, it's an everyday believing what we don't see. And
now, family, let's talk about it. There's somebody listening right now. I know there's a guy I'm very good friends with who's very single. He doesn't have any kids. He doesn't want to have any kids. Doesn't want to get married. He's just straight up myopic focused, and he loves that single coding, living by myself, coding, traveling, coding, single guy. And other people listening go, I want to have a family someday. I want to have kids. Some people go, I already had my kids. I want to go explore my new thing. Talk to me about your family goals. What are your family goals? Do you have any family goals?
Yeah. So I guess balancing it all out. I just got married about a year ago, and now I have a new baby girl on the way.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I have a new daughter on the way in about another 4 weeks or so. So my life is probably going to change. But before all of that,
probably. Whoa! Time out.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you think it's going to change, bro.
It's going to change.
It's
definitely going to change.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But before that, I'm 3 sisters growing up in a very musical household. My mom, dad, my parents are, so even balancing all of that out with spending time with my family, and they're in Florida. So I had to find a balance, even now being a wife, to have 3 sisters, and they're all spoiled. They got to share their brother. They haven't had to share him for 35 years. So now they got to share me with my, new wife. Now, they do a great job at it, though. Now, life starts to get a little complicated when you had 2 Fs, because I'm just going to tell you, my life, this is what happened for me, is I remember I'm growing my business, DJconnection.com. Before we sold it, we're doing 4,000 events a year. And I remember all of a sudden my son is born blind when I'm growing the business. And I remember putting that on my list because I was going, hey, I got my faith goal, got my family goals. None of them were to deal with the handicap of a kid.
Right.
And then my dad, he got ALS. I remember my dad called me, and you're one of the first people I talked to about it. But my dad calls me and says, son, I'm going to die soon. And just hearing that was, he just passed away 4 months ago. I mean, it's just the profundity of trying, because nothing's going to be perfect. You can't put on a piece of paper, faith, this one, it's perfect. But what you got to do is you got to define your ideal, and you've got to begin to adjust to it. Okay. Now, fitness. You are a tall man. How tall are you?
6'4".
6'4"?
Yes, sir.
Do you have fitness goals? Do you jog a lot? Do you run a lot? Do you just have this incredible metabolism? What's your deal?
I have fitness goals. I work out about 4 days a week.
You do?
I want to do a physique competition one day. So
really?
That really is, really get my eating together.
So when you work out, do you have a kind of a guy like Mick who's chasing you going, Mert, come on, Mert.
Yeah, I got a trainer. He's pretty tough on me.
You have a trainer?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
Now, friends. Z, I'm going to ask you about friends. You've got a lot.
Oh, you're not going to ask me if I'm going to do a fitness show?
Nope.
Well,
you're not. You guys. You just went right over that.
No, I'm going to say this because here's what I see.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you're a beautiful man. I'm telling you what. If this show was a TV show, it could be just called Dr. Z's Body. But that's not what this show is. But here's the thing is...
The Wonderland it's called.
Now, here's the thing is you have a lot of people who've listened to you over the years. You've had a lot of people who've listened to you over the years on the radio, who you've met, customers, and so many people want to get to know you. I've seen that where people want to get to know you, take you out to lunch, take you out to dinner.
Sure.
But you've met a lot of great people along the way, too, that you want to spend time with that you already know. You already know them, and you want to stay in fellowship with them.
Correct.
Talk to me about your boundaries for friendships and how do you block out time for family and friends. I mean, how are you doing at this age of 52?
Well, I tell you what, there's a word you have to get into your vocabulary, which is going to sound mean.
Bacon?
No, not bacon, which is a fine food by itself.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I mean,
trying to help you out.
Who doesn't
there.
like a little fried bacon in the morning? Or just the smell of it. No, it's a word, and it's a 2-letter word. And it's called no.
No. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No. Listen, if you said yes to every request that came into your email, to your text, your people on the streets, people that want part of your day, part of your time. If you said yes to every one of them, then you would not have time for your other 5 F's.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, man, you sound like a mean person, probably a hateful person, probably all, you just turning me down. I'm trying to, just shoot you a LinkedIn request, trying to shoot you a Facebook, and it's like you're too good for me, man, just because I don't wear pants. Just because I don't wear pants doesn't mean you can judge me, Z.
No, bro, and I tell you what, it's not a rocket science, and sometimes, even I get it wrong, and sometimes you get it right, and that's fun when you get it right, but it's kind of a gut feeling. I mean, as I go through the day and people pull on you, people want stuff, people want a little piece of your time, people want, a lunch, they want dinner, they want a happy hour meeting, whatever it is. You've got to, number one, you got to schedule and what you're going to do, what you schedule. And number two, you've also got to figure out, how much of your day you're going to give to that thing. That thing is friends. That thing is one of the F's, You can't give it all because you run out for the others.
Stay tuned. Thrivetime Show.
This show's episode is brought to you by Moz.com. If you have ever considered the World Wide Web as a viable strategy for your business, you gotta check out this tool. Online marketing is complicated, but Moz software makes it easy. Companies like 99 Designs, Otterbox, and Aaron's, they all use Moz because it works. Explore organic search keywords for your business, research Bing and Google search results for your targeted keywords, and link up Moz Local and Google My Business. Seriously, this tool is crazy powerful with the clarity it brings to online marketing for your business. Even if you're just curious, start a 30-day trial with Moz.com today. It's a game changer for your business. Moz.com, MOZ.com.
Live, local, now. You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, check it out. Dan McKenna was just in the studio. You can see him if you're on Facebook Live. He's walking by. That's the unicorn, Dan McKenna, the star of The Hustle Show, co-founder of Thrive15.com. Kind of a big deal, kind of Irish. Kind of excited. Now, Thrivers, today we're talking about how to turn your dreams into reality, okay? How to turn your dreams into reality. And so many of you, literally thousands of you, have emailed us and have said, when are your workshops? When are they? And so Z and I have all the details together for you. The early ones, we have a few more coming up, but they're already sold out. But we keep them small. We're not talking about 4,000 people bouncing around a beach ball going, how do you feel? No, this is detailed, specific, deep dive. Hey, I'm trying to figure out how to start my business. I have a question, sir. That's what we're talking about. It's a 2-day workshop. It's January 20th through the 21st. All you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com. You'll find all the details there. You can see the agenda. You can see the topics. We teach branding, sales, marketing, search engine optimization, how to raise capital, how to fire people, how to hire people. How can you guys pack it in? It's 2 days. and we spend zero of the conference upselling anything. Literally, there's nothing to upsell. I mean, we literally have a one-on-one business coaching program if you want it, and we have the 2-day workshop, and we have a scholarship program, so it's affordable for everybody.
It's affordable for everybody. You will not be turned down due to money. I promise you that. But I think one of the most important breakout sessions that we do is one of the things I hear this over and over and over by young entrepreneurs. I say, why are you not getting your stuff done? And they always kind of shrug their shoulders and say, man, I don't have time.
I don't have time, bro.
I don't have time, bro. Bro, I just don't have enough time.
That is a thing.
And we do a whole we do a whole segment on time management. You might say, what? Time management? Yes. And I tell you what, if you manage your time well, you'll be able to do all these things. But if you're not managing your time well, you may know about search engine optimization vis-a-vis our workshop.
Right.
You may learn about service product delivery. You may learn about marketing. You may learn about all these different things. And you may say, man, I know all this stuff, but how am I going to get it done? I think one of the most important segments we do, it might be, Clay, is the time management one. And we've got the guru of gurus that help teach us about time management. That's Lee Cockrell. He wrote a book. He speaks. He was the former
executive vice president of Walt Disney World.
Just a little thing called Walt Disney.
40,000 people work there. 1 million people a week visit. He built the systems, and he's teaching you how to do it.
He's teaching you how to do it, and I'll tell you what, that could be the foundation that we layer all this other stuff on. Because if you don't know how to manage your time, you can't get it. You can't get her done.
Now, I want to define the finish line. Let's say that you come to the workshop and you go, okay, you crazy guys, I'm going to come out to your workshop. What does the finish line look like? I'm going to read you what I believe the finish line to be.
All right, read it.
The finish line is when you build a truly scalable and massively successful business that creates time freedom and financial freedom for you.
Let's say that again. Say that again.
When you can create a sustainable business that can create a business that can scale, that can create time freedom and financial freedom for you, check it out, in exchange for offering value to the customer. Okay, Proverbs talks about gaining wealth through folly. Not good. We're not scamming people. We're not selling a non-real product. Okay, we're talking about making a real product that people really love in exchange for your time and financial freedom. So we're talking about these F6, these goals that you're striving for. Okay, and the first F we talked about is faith. The second one is family. Okay, the third is fitness. The fourth is friends. And now we're moving on to 5, which is finances. And so we have a very special guest, Ted. And Ted, you're on the show, and you've obviously been around the block. You've written articles for successful publications. You've had successes. Ted King on the show here today. Ted, when we talk about finances and goals, what questions do you have for Dr. Z about maybe financial goals, or do you have any questions about financial goals?
I do. You've told me that I need to figure out how much I need to bring in every month. Every month. No, every week. Or is it every month?
I'd really encourage you to break it down to the smallest amount possible.
So it'd be every week.
Yeah.
Okay. I would want to know, should I get a loan? Should I not get a loan? Should I offer people sort of a trade? I give them ad space. They give me money. Do I look for a partner? That sort of thing.
If I was Merton, I'm going to pick on Merton for a second.
Okay.
Merton has a product that people want.
A product.
And I mean that because I love R&B. I'm an R&B connoisseur, and I listen to music, and I listen to so much music I can just tell you that's good or uh-oh. And then when you say uh-oh, you're kind of, so your friend gets up to sing, and you've all been to church before where the person who's supposed to sing gets sick, and so your friend's filling in.
Oh yeah.
And they're getting up there, and you're going uh-oh. And you're just kind of, uh-oh. Yeah. So the thing is, once you have a product, and I see people, I was at church on Sunday, Christmas Sunday. A guy sitting behind me, and he goes, you got to that Kirk Franklin song. Can you do that real quick? Cue that up real quick. That was just that. Yeah.
Something about the name Jesus.
And the guy behind me goes, uh-oh.
Something about the name Jesus.
And he goes, he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
It is the sweetest name.
And you can tell he's excited.
I know.
So you've got a good product. So because you know that it's a good product, I would spend copious amounts of money marketing the product.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
So if I were Merton, I would record a series of YouTube videos that demonstrates what my talent or my skill. And I would, on YouTube, they have those pre-roll videos that play before you can watch the video. So if you're trying to watch John Legend, before he comes up to sing, I'd have to watch the first 5 seconds of your commercial.
Yeah.
And I can't turn it off because you've paid because you're an advertiser. And if you're spending like $20 a day on that, I promise you that people are going to hit and they're going to go to your website and you're going to get downloads and boom, boom, boom. If you have a product you're not certain of, I would be hesitant to put out a loan, to get a loan. I would be more intentional, and Z, maybe you disagree. I'd be concerned about making sure that you have maybe 2 jobs and you kind of moonlight, which is what I did with my first business, DJ Connection, because I wasn't sure that people wanted it. And I had to have 2 jobs, actually had 3 jobs in addition to DJing. I worked at Applebee's, Target, and DirecTV, and I self-funded my business. Does that make sense, Ted?
Yes, it does.
Do you have any questions about that, or do you offer some clarity for
Well,
you?
I had an idea for I'd sell ads, 15-second ads for really good video stories, and they would be something like Bob's Garage. We've been serving the Tulsa metropolitan area for 15 years. That's a year for each second of this ad, Bob's Garage. And then you go to the story.
Boom.
It's a captive audience, you see.
And the thing
if
is,
it's something that they would want to see.
Right. If
like
it's
a car wreck or something.
If it is a product that people want, I would have no reservation telling anyone. If you know people are already buying your thing and you just need to scale it, I have no reservation to get into small business. Z, would you agree with give small business owner?
Absolutely. I mean, if you got to believe in it, I mean, the thing about it is a lot of businesses that 80% mark again that fail, I mean, they're undercapitalized. So the idea that, you're not going to gamble on your business, so to speak. Oh, gamble's that a bad word? No, it's not.
Why does he always talk about gambling on the show? I just quit. I don't understand. He's always talking about it. It's like I got to go to play the slots. The slots.
I got to go back to Gamblers Anonymous now. I call the 1-800 number. No, I'm just saying, if you don't believe in it enough that you're not going to put your own skin in the game, and i.e. skin may be, yes, borrowing money, finding investors, getting other people excited about the vision, and make sure you have enough capital behind it. Because guess what? You're going to have some failures. You're going to knock on some doors. People are going to say no. And you got to, yes, it's going to
This is not a positive show. That's it.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Sorry, it's going to happen. But you've got to be able to, you know what? You fail fast. You go forward. And we're going to go for the next segment. We're going to go over the 4 steps you're going to need to follow. And if you follow these steps and you do them religiously, I can use that word today.
Religiously.
Religiously.
Wow.
In other words, with determination and commitment, you follow these 4 steps. We're getting ready to come. When we come back from the next break, we'll go over, Ted. And guess what? That's going to be part of the keys to success.
Get on thrivetimeshow.com. Thrivetimeshow.com. Check out the conference. Get serious. Be there.
Right now, how are you taking credit card payments for your business? It's never been faster or easier to begin taking credit card payments for your business than with Square. You know the little white square that plugs into your phone's headphone jack? It's awesome. This payment app is great for businesses such as food trucks, beauty salons, and retail shops. The users receive a small portable card reader that they can attach to a phone or other mobile device to take fast and convenient payments. The way it works is that it subtracts 2.75% of every time a card is run, and it does it automatically. So if you sell a sandwich for $20, you'll see a net gain of $19.45 in your bank account the next day. If you enter the card by hand, it costs 3.5% plus 15 cents on top of that. They encrypt everything so you know you're secure. They make it super clear to start and even offer bonuses for sharing with friends. So you can learn more at squareup.com. It's free to download and works on all devices and operating systems. So make sure that you go visit squareup.com.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrivers, welcome back. My name is Clay Clark, former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear, and I am joined here with the man who's returned from his diplomatic mission to Guatemala. He has started Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates. He started an auto auction. He's helped start a bank. When he wasn't doing those things, when he wasn't screwing around with those businesses, he started a horse breeding facility. He started A to Z Medical. It's a durable medical equipment company. He wears soccer jerseys. This is my friend. He's my mentor. It's Dr. Robert Zellner. Sir, how are you?
Thrive Nation, it's hump day. It's Wednesday. You know, it's that magical week in between Christmas and New Year's when, it's the last week of the year.
I have a name for this week.
Oh, no. What?
I call it the Holla Plagues. Hala plague. I can't stand this week.
What do you mean you can't stand this week?
I like this day, but here's what I'd see. I see so many people who, they're like, all their dreams, they just stop them for a week, and they just sort of look around looking for something to eat. That's what I see. I call it the Hala plague. They're like, "Do you guys have any leftover turkey?"
Can I inject something
Yes.
here? I hate New Year's Eve.
Do you
tell
really?
Why I hate New
Why
Year's
do you hate
Well,
New Year's?
first of all, it's a bunch of amateur drinkers. You know, you need more professional types like myself. And the other thing that's wrong with it is you wait until midnight to say Happy January, the worst month of the year. Sorry to all those who were born in January.
Kind of a downer there.
My mother was born in January. I loved her very much,
golly.
but I hate January.
Now,
You
real
too,
quick,
Nancy. You too negative, man.
It's a
Thank
cold
you.
and
Thank you.
dark, horrible month.
Oh my goodness!
Now,
You know,
Doctor,
you just need to change your
no one
perspective. You just need to go to
celebrates-
South America. You know, they've got to, it's not about the month; it's about where you are.
Well, that's true.
Ooh.
That's a very good
Ooh.
point. It's
Thank
probably
you.
very nice in South America, but
Now, we've
we're
got-
not in South America.
Now, today we have very special guests on the show. We have Mr. Burton Huff, the praise and worship leader for the Metropolitan Baptist, on the show. And we've got Mr. Ted. I'm going to call him Mr. Ted Talks on the show.
Yes.
And Ted, you asked me a question off the air. You were looking here in the background here. If you're on Facebook Live, you can see it. And you saw the Elon Musk quote that says you have to work like hell and you have to work 80 hours a week to make things happen. But you said then also you've quoted, the 4-hour work week and Tim Ferriss. What's your question?
Isn't there a contradiction time-wise there?
Well, I'll tell you this. You know how many hours a week I work right now on the Elephant in the Room, our men's grooming lounge? Do you want to guess?
No, this is one of your endeavors.
How many hours a week do you think I work on that business?
I'm going to say 35.
2.
Really?
Yeah, never 2. Never more than 2. Maybe an hour usually.
Okay.
Because I have the
You
guardrails.
have competent people. You hope.
We do group interviews every week. I call it guardrails. But we do a group interview every week. So if you're not a good fit, just like the Patriots, I'm going to cut you. No emotions. I just talk to you. I warn you 3 times, cut you, boom. We have an online marketing campaign that works. We've called it 3-legged stool. Dr. Z and I call it the 3-legged stool with the 3 pigs. You can have 3 marketing systems. We have the online. We're top in Google. We know how to do that. By the way, at our workshops, we can teach you how to be top in Google. Mark your calendars. January 20th and 21st, we teach you how to get to the top of Google. It's not luck. We teach you. It's a system. 2, we do mailers. 3, we do, it's going to move. It's online ads. We teach you how to code them up, do that. We have a training system. The thing is, but when we started it, how many hours was I working? Z, I want to ask you, how many hours were you working when you built your optometry clinic? I mean, really, you'd say the first year, how many hours were you working?
I'm sitting there thinking 60 plus. I'm probably closer to 80. I know that sounds crazy, but you're working 7 days a week, and I was working. You're trying to build. There was,
Well, I have 5 kids.
Why not?
I have 5 kids. I remember getting up at like 3, working until 5 every single day for Elephant in the Room for almost a year. I say every day, but Sunday. So that's 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day for 5 days a week. So you got to work to build a system. And then once you get in orbit, it's just kind of keeping it up there. It's kind of keeping that up there.
I like your rocket analogy you've used before, Clay. That's really very good. And it's a good way to think about it. When that rocket's taken off, it requires a lot of fuel, a lot of energy. But once it gets out of the Earth's gravitational pull, this is just rocket science 101. Once it gets out of that gravitational pull, it takes a lot less energy to keep it going.
Now, Thrivers, this is the 4-step process that you must do. And to turn your vision into reality. This is I call it the entrepreneurship rhythm.
Wait! Before you do it,
Yeah.
we got to get to the number 6 on the F thing. F6.
I always try to skip that one.
I
I'm
know,
so
it's
serious.
fun.
I'm so serious all the time.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Oh, what's always ripping Jack? Jack's a good guy. I know him. I met him.
Or Billy, or whoever you
Yeah,
want.
Billy. Rip Billy. He deserves
rip,
that.
Okay, Billy. Okay, rip Billy. No, what I'm saying is, folks, is that Clay had his 5-step deal. Every time he goes through his 5 steps,
F5, baby. Yeah.
faith, family,
finance,
fitness,
friendship.
friends, and then I go, whoa, there's number 6. He's like, what? What's the 6th one?
We're done we have F5. We're serious. We're serious about success. We've had our F5, and then he interrupts with this.
You got to have some fun. You got to enjoy the moment. You got to enjoy the journey, and you got to have a little bit of fun along the way. You got to mix that in there, okay? And with your business, it's one of my principles, you got to know when to cook the pig, and you got to know when to celebrate. You got to know when to have a little bit of fun.
You got to got to have an end zone dance every once in a while. You've taught me this.
You got to spike the ball every now and then, do your little do.
But don't be Leon Lett and spike it before you get into the end zone.
Yeah, you can't
Don't try
do that.
to
Okay,
do that.
now onto the 4 steps.
Here we
These
go.
are very important.
So step 1 is define. And Thrivers, I want you to write this down, okay? Get out a sheet of paper. I'm going to give you a second. Here we go. Okay, define, act, measure, refine. I repeat, define, act, measure, refine. So define. So Merton, with your musical career, Merton Huff, praise and worship leader here for the Metropolitan Baptist Church.
Yo.
Unbelievable. Define for me what success in your career looks like.
What success in the music field looks like?
Yeah, for you.
For me,
Yeah.
a very broad audience, of listeners, people who download my music, they want to hear it. Where can I go get it? They're online. They're
So I'm gonna
iTunes streaming, whatever.
So what I'm going to do is we're going to break it down into you want to get really specific into the smallest detailed action, like a daily. You want to break out that calendar. So define. Well, how are we going to do that? So for you specifically, you have a product that is very, very good. If you go to the Metropolitan Baptist and you hear him sing, it's like going to a John Legend concert. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
But here's the thing is, you define, well, how am I going to do it? Well, we know people are on YouTube, okay? Yeah. We know people are on, they're on websites listening to music right now. We know they're on Spotify, right? Yeah. We know they're on iTunes. We know so we have to be where the people are. So I believe you'll do well through YouTube advertising. I believe you're going to do well through Spotify commercials that interrupt other artists. I believe these things. I believe SoundCloud will be a good place for you to be, but I don't know. I guess. We guess. We have to start to act.
Exactly. You've got to go ahead and step out there and make your best educated guess. Hey, if it was all for certain, it wouldn't be entrepreneurship. It'd be a job.
That's right. And so you have to take a little bit of a risk and you act. Now here's the part where people don't do that. I always get it wrong. They do not act. They just go, now what was that again? Thrivers, when you come to this conference, I'm gonna bless you right now with something. This is huge. This is a notable quotable from Napoleon Hill. He says, action is the real measure of intelligence.
I love that quote.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Now, Thomas Edison says that vision without execution is hallucination. So, you got to act. So once you act, now here's the part where people get it wrong now. Some people are going, I acted. I'm so busy. I'm acting. But you got to take a time out, and you've got to measure. Did it work? What were the metrics? Is this ad working? See, when you ran your first commercials, you had some pretty quick wins. When did you realize, this ad is working?
Well, I tell you what, one of the first ads that I had working, I did a coupon, and it was a coupon-driven ad. They had to bring the coupon in. Sounds crazy. I know that's that's so old school. But you could do the same thing. They print it off the internet. They go to the website. They have to have an actual thing. You can also have a phone number that they call on the ad that rings just from that ad. And you can measure that. And
then you've got to refine. Once you get the data, you've got to refine. So, Merton, can you kind of, because there's probably a song that you've been working on for a while, okay, where you've defined in your mind, this song's going to be this certain way. You've probably played it for a few people, and you've probably refined it over time.
Oh, man, I'm working on one right now. It's kind of a world song, and the lyrics have changed a couple times, and the melody, trying to make it work.
So now you're kind of getting to a point where you're starting to measure it a little bit, and now you're starting to refine it to a point where you're going, hey, this is actually a good piece of music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you play us we want to hear your dream on the radio here on the Thrivetime Show.
Okay.
Question, how do we make the world a better place? Can we move beyond the pain of yesterday? Together we can restore faith in humanity. But it's gonna take courage to make a difference. And getting tired of the way things are. No time for blame. Let's be the change we want to see.
So that's a song you've been working on for a while, but when you started with that melody or with that hook or with that lyric or with that chord or with that, you started and then you defined it, then you acted. You measured and you refined. And see, that's the rhythm of entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
That is a rhythm of entrepreneurship. And I'll tell you what, folks, we're giving you a call to act. We're giving you a call to action. Come to our in-person workshop, January 20th through 21st. You can go to thrive15.com and get information. You can even go to thrivetimeshow.com and get information about it. But there's no reason for you not to act.
If you say you can't afford it, we have a scholarship program. Go to thrivetimeshow.com.